Fox right now is trying to bait Tucker basically into responding to all of these reports out there about what might have happened. Tucker's lawyers are trying to negotiate terms of a settlement as soon as possible. This while Tucker's audience comes in droves to Newsmax. The New York Times reported on this morning, that the numbers at Fox they're going down. And look, I know a lot of people, these are protest viewers. I'll tell you what Fox does not want to happen, and this is the elephant in the room. We saw that TMZ report drop on Friday. We can't really say much about what's going on, but Fox News does not want Tucker Carlson coming to Newsmax. Plain and simple.
Plain and simple. I feel like that's the most basic thought in the world. I would assume that. Still, it's been over this week since Tucker Carlson has been let go by Fox News. I think a couple of weeks now. But Newsmax is definitely putting their name out there as a reputable suitor for one, Tucker Carlson. They're offering him not just some cash, but the whole house. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ that the news channel, Newsmax, is doing everything it can to sweeten the deal for Tucker to come on board. It includes floating the idea of letting him program the entire damn channel, not just his own show. So imagine how bad that would be. Again, part of the reasons why he was booted was because of his backdoor dealings and the backdoor conversations. And, oh, yeah, that whole lying thing that cost him $787 million. Just that part. But still, Newsmax has already seen these jump in ratings, as they pointed out there, and that, of course, emboldens them to offer up even more. So Eric Bolling's 8 o'clock Newsmax program drew 531,000 viewers. That's according to Nielsen. And a week earlier, it only had 146,000, so maybe they're onto something. And on Tuesday, his audience again grew to 562,000, equal to about 80% of Anderson Cooper's viewership over on CNN. Then Newsmax's other shows, they also experienced some big jumps over there as well. So they're excited about this. Look, first it's Fox News, then it's Bud Light, man. These guys are running through all these folks that they hate, and they think they're winning now. And we'll see how much it may cost Newsmax if Tucker did decide to go over that way. My prediction is no. But still, Eric Bolling, former Fox News host who's still over on Newsmax, he has a lot to say because, you know, he has experience with both. Here's more of what they were talking about.
So the New World Order globalists, also known as the Murdochs, are hard at work trying to destroy Tucker Carlson. But do not be mistaken, they're not stopping there. What you see is by design. What you see is a long game. Dan Bongino out. Coincidence? Nope, absolutely not. Lou Dobbs disappeared. A clear Murdoch hit job. Take no conservative prisoners. Carry out New World Order globalist kill list. Next up was Tucker Carlson. And at this point, I can't think of who they've got left over there. Be careful. Watch your six, Sean Hannity.
These guys, man. So a bunch of trigger words to scare people, the New World Order and whatever hell else they're talking about is controlling the entire process with Tucker Carlson getting his ass fired over there. Who cares? If they want to go ahead and float the idea of Tucker Carlson coming over, Jeff, they need to push some conspiracy theories. And I think they're on to something. The question is it worth it? Because again, Tucker Carlson's a host. Tucker Carlson's an actor. There's this video that's floating around from this unresurfaced video of him hosting apparently some game show. I didn't watch it. It could very well be fake at this point because I'm seeing so many fake videos on here now. I don't know. But if it's true, this is the type of person he is. It's not him who's the brain behind all this. It's all of his racist producers and all them that make him who he is.
And yeah, this actually raises an interesting question for me because I was under the impression that Fox didn't need Tucker. Tucker needed Fox. After all, Fox had Bill O'Reilly before Tucker. Tucker just filled that spot, which, by the way, before I continue, we need to go back to that New World Order thing. By New World Order, is he talking about a man in Tucker Carlson who was fired from CNN, MSNBC, PBS, Dancing with the Stars, and Fox? It was a New World Order conspiracy to fire somebody who's been fired from all over cable news? That's where we are? For real? Anyway. Going back to the Bill O'Reilly thing, what I was hoping from Tucker being canned is that, like, after he leaves Fox, sure, Bill O'Reilly is still working in the business, absolutely, but he has far less power. What we're seeing is that, like, I think it's interesting that in the Dominion lawsuit, we learned that Fox and Tucker were afraid of losing fanfare and an audience to Newsmax. And the idea that Fox may lose fanfare and an audience to Newsmax if Tucker leaves is really interesting. So anyway, I was hoping it would usurp some of his power, but maybe it's going to bring Newsmax up and Fox down a little bit.
Probably to a degree. And the way I've always thought with things like boycotts and organized groups trying to get people to stop doing something, again, I mentioned the Bud Light thing too, it had its effect at the beginning. And again, I think by July 4th, this is specific with the Budweiser thing, once them damn American flag cans come out, the same folks who were shooting up with their AR-15s and everything, they'll be like, well, I mean, there's an American flag on it again, right? We do this every 4th. They'll be back. So maybe not to the full degree, but they're trying to flesh out someone to fill in Tucker's spot. Random question, though, Jeff. Did you see the latest fill-in they had? I'm trying to remember. Lawrence, for Fox News, they're floating different people to fill in the spot, at least in the meantime, until they get a permanent host. I'm blanking on his name. It's one of their black hosts, Lawrence something. Anyways, he was arguing with Asa Hutchinson, who's now declared to run for president on the Republican side, and it didn't go over that well to many folks. But I think they're trying to find a different firebrand type of person to fill in the spot, and that seemed to be his audition. He was a little too angry, I guess. They didn't like seeing that. Try and check it out, you guys.
Yeah, you can't be an angry black man on any cable news, let alone Fox. I was just wondering if, like, maybe a Brian Kilmeade will just start acting up and being stupid in order to get that slot. Maybe a Will Kane. Will Kane,
Jesus.
or or a Waters or something like Jesse Waters. But someone's going to be saying a lot of stupid stuff in order to get that slot.
And we'll see if they fill it in, because once Tucker came, I wasn't thinking it would become what it became with him. As you mentioned, he'd been fired everywhere before.